Again, my name is Wendy Perry, and I am the owner of Cottage 321 in Hudson, North Carolina. If you're local, you know who I am, and if you're not local, we do ship anywhere in the USA, so if you see any products I use today, we do ship these items. So I just wanted to do something fun, do something kind of creative. We sell Farmhouse Paint, and I did want to give y'all a little brief update. I had to do a reorder this week. White ash is our number one color, and then antique black is the second number one, or number two. It's number two. So I had to reorder those today, and Farmhouse Paint has a new logo, so some of their cans have changed and their sample size has changed. I wanted to show y'all. This is white ash, and it's 2 ounces bigger. It's 99 cents more. It's only $12.99. It's a little bit more, but it's 2 ounces bigger. And right now I only have white ash, and what was called antique black is the same color, is now called black noir, N-O-I-R, and that's it right here. So the sample size now is 2 ounces bigger. It's just 99 cents more than it was. But anyway, just wanted to show you guys that. It's the new, let me come up close so you guys can see. It's the new label, and I like the bigger size, and it's just a little bit more, not much, but I wanted to tell y'all about that. So as we order new paint in the other colors, they'll be switching to this 8 ounce until we get rid of our 6 ounces. And there's a few colors that are being discontinued, but there should be another color that's similar to that color or better, a new formulation of it. And I'll let y'all know as we go. I'm actually going to use a color that's being discontinued today because it's actually a beautiful color and I like it a lot. It's called French Blue. And this candlestick, I wish I had a before picture for it. I painted this in the French Blue. It was the bottom base was black and the top was a real dark brown. And I just brushed, I think I had to do, really did just one heavy coat all over this. And then I wet sanded it. And wet sanding just kind of moves the paint a little bit more and gets a little bit more off. I wanted it to be a little more rustic. I'm going to bring it up close for you guys to see. This is my favorite look, this rustic look here. But where it's really cool is on the metal. I've told y'all that Farmhouse Paint pretty much sticks to anything. Can y'all see how it kind of comes off? It's smooth as a baby's butt, but it just has this great detail, and it makes all this stuff pop out. You can even see it here on this end. I just think that's really pretty. I am going to be selling this candlestick. I haven't gotten a price yet, but I will. Again, this is French Blue, and it's being discontinued. There'll probably be another color that's close to it, but for right now, what I have in stock is all that we have left, and I'm not real sure I have a whole lot of it, but this is a beautiful color. I really like it. They still have some in stock at Farmhouse, so if somebody wanted it for something special, I can special order it for you. But anyway, there you go. That's French Blue, and I'm actually going to use it today on a sign. I thought that turned out really gorgeous. So I went back in the back and found a scrap piece of wood. It's just like a little 12-inch by 1-inch board that's been cut up. When we were renovating the cottage before we moved in, we did pine floors on the other side, and this is a scrap piece from our flooring. And so all I've done is I've put one coat of the black noir, which used to be antique black. I put one coat of that on here, and what I'm going to do next, you guys are going to do with me. So this is my French Blue here. I'm going to dry brush. I just kind of want it kind of in here, and then I'm probably going to go back and sand. I still want some black to show through, and then we're going to do a stencil in black on top. So it's going to be a little more solid in the middle and then feather out on the sides. So I'm just going to kind of do a light coat of this French Blue real quick. I'm using the grip brush. It's only $12.99. It's synthetic. I love this thing. It's really good brush. I like the thickness of it, and I like that the bristles, they don't show as many brush marks when you are painting. So I'm just going to kind of do this kind of haphazard. I don't want it to be perfect. So I'm just going to keep brushing until I like it. I'm going to add just a little bit more, but then kind of take some of it off. I don't want it real thick. And if y'all can see that, I'm just kind of dry brushing it on. I still want some of the black to show through. I like that this board has got grooves and stuff in it, so you can still kind of see the grain going on a little bit. I like that a lot. So it's like I'm putting paint on my brush and then I'm getting as much off of it as I can. Hitting my edges just a little bit harder. I really like, I think I have a plan, and then it changes as I start painting, because I was like, ooh, I like the way that looks, and so I'll leave it. So I kind of like how this is just sticking a little bit to the edges here. Just kind of toning down that black just a little bit. You can see I've barely put any more paint on my brush, and I'm just brushing off what's on there. It just kind of tones it down just a little bit. Y'all see how that's just kind of like hitting the high spots and a little bit of that color's coming off? I like that a lot. Do it on this end. Turn it so y'all can kind of see. It just hits those little rough spots and makes a cool little detail to it. I like that. Alright. That little spot right there is kind of poking up. Alright, I'm going to put just a little bit more on the front. Right in here. Because I want it a little more solid in the middle, because I am going to do a laundry sign. Y'all probably can't see that, but I'll show you what the stencil. We carry Jamie Ray Vintage, it's called JRV Stencils. They're out of Ohio, and this is one of her stencils I have, and this Laundry & Co. is what it looks like. And I'll show it to you once I get done. You'll see a little bit better. It's a fairly big stencil. This is the size of it, and so it's going to fit perfect on here. I'm just going to put a little bit more blue, just a little bit more. And because I did this very dry brush, it dries really fast because it's a real thin layer. Again, this is French blue, and it's being discontinued very soon, so whatever I have in stock is probably it. Maybe be another month that you can order it, but it soon will be gone. Okay, I think I like that pretty good. So that's what it used to look like, just plain raw wood, and now I've got it like this. I think that's kind of cool looking, kind of rustic. Now, I could go and sand this a little bit. I think I'm going to wait until I get my stencil on there, and then I will go back and sand it just a little bit. Alright, I am going to stick this in some water so that it doesn't dry out on me. Be right back. So here's our board. I think there's a really cool like knot in the wood down here. I think I want that at the bottom, so I'm going to flip it around this way while I do the stencil. Since my black has been really toned down a lot with the French blue, I'm going to use black as my stencil color. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball where I think it's centered. I don't have my, we'll use a popsicle stick to kind of figure out. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, so I think I want to tape it down. Let me grab my tape. Okay, I'm going to tape just a little bit of it so it won't move around on me. I think we're pretty straight. Really should mark it. All right, I think we're close enough. I'm going to tape the top and the sides. Okay, I'll quit fidgeting with it. I'm just going to tape the two sides. I'm afraid the tape, I really need the green tape that's not quite as tacky. I'm afraid it might pull the paint up. I really like how the French blue and the black looks together. All right, so you really should use a stencil brush, but I don't have one yet. So this guy right here is a nice, kind of nice and firm, so I'm going to try to use this and just... So with stenciling, you kind of dip it in your paint, and then you take most of it off. I'm actually going to dab it on my little cloth over here. You barely want any paint on it. And then you just up and down. Boop, 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 boop. This does not look even to me. Let me make sure. Yeah, that's not even. It's even on the bottom, though. That is very crooked. We'll do it from this thing. It says it's even. All right, we're going to go for it. All right, so again, I dipped it in my paint, and then you call it off put. Now I'm just going to start dabbing. Just up and down. They do have stencil brushes that are nice and flat. It would probably do a lot better. I've also used sponges. I just don't want that paint to go up underneath my stencil and bleed. They call that bleeding. It's just not doing it enough. Maybe I'm just not hitting it hard enough. So, next purchase is going to be stencil brushes, I guess. Let's see if I can. Yeah, that's better. Okay. That's working. So again, I'm just pouncing. You don't want to brush because that paint will go up underneath. You want to go up and down. So we are making a laundry sign with one of our JRV stencils. I am going to put these online today. I just noticed that they were not online, so I am going to try to get those up today. JRV stands for Jamie Ray Vintage. It's Jamie Ray is married to Zeb Ray, and they live in Ohio. And she has a cute little business of repainting furniture and has home decor and has started adding some apparel, but she makes these stencils and just started selling them over the last year, and I think they're super cute, so I became one of her retailers. And I really like this stuff. The cool thing about her stencils is that her stencil is a thicker meal, so they just hold up a lot better, last a lot longer, and just do better. So I don't want this to be too thick because I'm going to sand it back a little bit. I want it to kind of look old and rustic. Hopefully this is going to work out great. Have y'all done any home projects during your quarantine, or if you even been quarantined? A lot of people I know are still working. Unless you're a hairdresser, of course. But we're very happy to be back open. Y'all probably wondering what's been going on because I just kind of dropped off and stopped my lives. And I've just, it's like one crazy thing goes into another crazy thing. My daughter, yay, y'all, she graduated from ASU. She finished up her last exam last week, and she actually got a letter back saying she's graduated. Yay! She's now an ASU alumni, like her mom and dad. And anyway, she's moving back home, but we found her a little house, and it's a little meal house, and it needs a lot of renovation. So that's my favorite thing to do. So I've been helping her paint and clean, and it's a really cute house, but it probably hasn't been cleaned in 15 or more years, and it's very nasty. And we're just having to paint the whole house. I kind of gutted the bathroom out, and I'm refinishing it. I was wanting to kind of show y'all some of those things, but I don't know if y'all would like that or not. Y'all let me know if you like those kind of things or not. But I am repainting the bathroom, ripped out the vanity, put in a new vanity, getting ready to lay down some new flooring, and put in some cool fixtures and stuff in there, and just kind of renovate it on the cheap, but make it look cute. And then we're going to also do her kitchen. I'm going to paint it with our Farmhouse Paint. So I'll definitely have that. I'll definitely be sharing that with you guys. But that's what's been going on for the last week and a half with me. I've been over there a lot. Now that the girls can actually come in and work and help me out, I've been over there working on her house and coming in here and there to help out at the cottage. If anything comes in that I need to take care of, then I come in and do that. But I have awesome staff that helps me out so that I don't have to be here every second of the day. But when we were shut down and they couldn't be here, I was. So it's been kind of nice to get away from here for a little bit. But I'm back today, catching up. Okay, I think that's all I want to do. All right, let's see how she turned out. I'm going to stick this, I'm going to leave it here for a second, and then we'll see if I need to redo it. I'm just going to peel it up. Oh, yeah. All right, this part right here, I forgot I did not. There's part of the L right there that I didn't get, so let me do that. I'm glad I didn't peel that all the way off. It looks really good. All right, I shifted it a little bit, so let me get back in line. There we go. There we go. You just get this part right here. For some reason I missed that. All right, I think we're cool. All right, let's peel it up one more time, see if I missed anything. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Okay. So we'll say this. Farmhouse paint is really like, when it dries, it's tough. It's hard because it wants to stick. It likes to stick to plastic. So I try to wash this off really fast before it dries. Otherwise, you're going to be scrubbing it really hard, and you don't want to mess it up. But Farmhouse paint is really rough on these stencils, so I have to put a little bit of elbow grease in it to get that off. I'm just going to set that aside. Let me lift this up for y'all to see. What do you think? Isn't that cute? I think that turned out pretty great. It's pretty cute. Laundry Co. Wash, dry, and fold. So now I think it's still a little bit damp. I'm going to run the hairdryer over it, and then I'm going to give it a light sand. I think that looks really good. I'm going to throw my brush in some water so it doesn't dry out. Cover up my paint. You guys give me just a second. Okay, let's dry her just a little bit, and then we're going to sand her. It's going to be a little bit loud. Well, I thought she was plugged up. Let's see if it's just... There she goes. I want her good and dry before I sand her. That turned out really good. That brush actually worked out great on her. I love that. What do y'all think? I'm going to sand just a little bit. I'm going to pull out some of these knots. Of course, the whole table's going to just a little bit here and there. I think I took all my sanding blocks. I see one. I took a lot of them over to my daughter's house. Our sanding block that we also sell online is a little bit coarser, and it's for distressing. And then we have a sanding sponge that's softer, and it's more for like polishing, and you can do a little light distressing with it. I use it to wet distress with, but I'm not going to do wet today. If I did wet on this today and did it over the letters, it would smear those colors, because actually when you put water with that dust, it would reactivate that paint, and it would just smear it and turn back into a mess. So I'm just going to lightly sand these edges a little bit harder. Y'all see that where it came off just a little bit more on that edge? Just a little bit. I like to hit my corners and my edges. Kind of cool. Let that black pop back out. A little bit of the natural come back out. It's kind of cool. All right, let me show you that edge before I sand. I don't know if y'all can see that. All right, there it is before, and you see the top where it's after. And so I'm just going to hit it. You can see where it's popping it back off. Just a little bit. There's a really cool knot in the wood right there. I just kind of want to see that, so I'm going to sand it just a little bit. I think that's kind of a cool look. I don't want to go down to the bare wood, but I do want to see that grain. Y'all see how that's popping out just a little bit? There's a little one right there too. Just pop it out a little bit. But what do y'all think? Doesn't that look good? That looks really good. I'm glad I did that. So all the little imperfections and stuff, when you go back and sand it, that's what makes it look really cool. So, you know, you can just play with this however much distressing you like. I kind of like it just about like that. Then I need a damp rag. Let me grab that real quick. Got a little wet cheesecloth I'm going to use. I'm just going to wipe it down, get some of that dust off. Pretty cute. Oh yeah, that looks good. Oh, this turned out better than I thought it was going to look. I really like it. Okay, so that's what we've got. What do y'all think? I like it a lot. So all I need to do now, I'm going to grab a little piece to put behind here so that it can actually hang on the wall. So let me go grab that. Y'all don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Y'all have taken all my tools over to my daughter's house, so I don't know if I'll be able to do this or not, and I actually need, oh, that's what I need. I'm going to put a big one of these, they call it a sawtooth. Little sawtooth hanger is going to go on the back. Make sure I do it at that top part. Let me get me a pin. I see a tape measure over there. Let me grab that. I think that my hammer I took to my daughter's house. Let me see. Yes, it's missing. I do see something in there I need to take to her house. All right, so I need to find the center of this board. Make sure that I'm going to do it at the top. Yep. All right, so let's find the center. Just going to measure it out. This board is exactly 20 inches long, so I'm going to hit it at 10. I'm going to put it right there. Just mark it. This little sawtooth has a little dot that marks the center, so I'm going to line it up with that. Come down just a little bit Take my little needle nose pliers here. I need a hammer. There's people coming in the store, so y'all might hear the door beeping or people talking, but Kiara's here taking care of customers while I play. So I'm going to use this guy to try to put that in. You really need a hammer. You get this other side. Trying to look to see if I have a little hammer somewhere because this isn't working very good. I'm trying to make sure it's still straight. See if I can mash it down. There it goes. Alright, so I got my little hanger on there, and boom, I got a cute little laundry sign I can hang in my laundry closet. I have a laundry room, but it's really a closet. But anyway, what do you guys think of that? I think that's pretty cute. Okay, so that's all we're going to do today. Look at my little candlestick. We used antique black with French blue. This is my candlestick. I love that together. Let me know what you think of my new laundry sign. Again, I'm going to be adding these stencils. I've got a bunch more of them. I'm going to be adding these stencils to our website as well as they're available in our store. I used Farmhouse Paint, the JRV Stencil, a little bit of sanding paper, sanding block, and that's it. It was really quick. Y'all seen how fast I did that. So the bottom coat was black noir, which used to be antique black, and then I dry brushed on some French blue, which is being discontinued. But we have a lot of other colors available, and they're all online now. So anyway, I'm probably going to put a price on this, hang it in the store, and try to sell it. Bye, y'all.